Having played in the league, you must have a good idea of how these guys are feeling this deep into the year.
No, B.A., it's hard to describe. There's such a physical drain on your body, and mentally, it might be even more difficult.
A look at Indiana's starting group. We've got Bol, Walker out there with Topic, and it's Richmond in a two-guard. Shot clock at 5. Here's Nash. And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1. Here's Indiana. Here's Topic. Pass to Walker. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Chris Boucher. And last season, the Pacers started the playoffs with home court advantage for the first time in over a decade, Greg.
Yeah, the 4th seed in the East.
It's that time of the year. Now upon a really intriguing part of the season. And Greg, it seems we've seen enough to give these teams some kind of identity.
I tell you, if teams are still searching for an identity, it's fair to say things probably aren't going well.
Here's the starting group for the Indiana Pacers. Richmond is out there with Topic. Then it's Walker. Then it's Al Harrington. And it's Bol in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here's Ilgauskas. Pass to Branham. Bangs home the trifecta.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Richmond outside. Out left to the wing. Here's Bol. Just 5 on the clock. Richmond with the bucket.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And one of the many challenges for a small market team like the Pacers, Greg, going up against that luxury tax.
And they've avoided carrying a payroll revenue per the tax. But right when they said they were planning to do just that, the Bucks stunned everyone with the maneuver to secure Pacers center Miles Turner and perhaps let him off the hook.
Really left alone that time.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
Nash outside. Pass to Ilgauskas. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 1:14 left here in the first quarter. Outside, Walker fires from deep. Steve Nash with the rebound. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. To the middle. Oh, Tatum in position. That shot, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play.
Here's Bol. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year. Here's Branham. He's covered by Richmond. Nash outside. Pulls up on the elbow. And Bol pulls it down. Puts up a deep 3. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Pacers lead by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
They've got Reed, Talon Horton-Tucker out there with Paxson. Then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Clintman in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And a new front office taken over in Sacramento, Richard, this past summer.
Not to mention first-time head coach Doug Christie taking over the sidelines. And significant change to this roster. It'll all be judged by the results on the floor as usual.
Here's Jerome. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's Alston. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Inside. Fades and shoots. Sacramento again missing.
Looked like he just rushed it there. Just maybe take a little bit more time in the future.
Wells at the elbow. Shoots over man. And the shot by Wells, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
And those are the type of shots that just drive coaches crazy. Look, I wouldn't be shocked to see him sitting on the bench if he tries that bad boy again.
Jerome, no good. The Kings trail by 5. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Mann, guarded by Jerome. Reed gets the bucket.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
Pass to Alston. It's good. Alston's got his first 2 points of the night.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Paxson passes to Horton-Tucker. Here's Reed. Count it from 12.
These are the shots coach wants them hunting down, just the easy makes.
Paxson against Alston. The 3. Good on the triple. Alston's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Pacers out in front, leading by 5. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
Well, I'm here with Coach Rick Carlisle. A hot start. Coach, what did you like about this team's execution offensively?
We were making some shots. We moved the ball well at times. We've got to be careful about having the ball stick when they're doing their switching.
Good luck with the ball movement in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
And welcome to halftime. With the All-Star festivities around the corner, here are the favorites to take part in the dunk contest. Kenny, if I remember correctly, you participated in the dunk contest in back-to-back years.
Oh, well, you know me well, Ernest. I was runner-up to Dominique Wilkins in 1990, which I think puts me right up there as one of the best dunkers ever in the entire world that ever competed.
Stop playing, Kenny. Not even close. You know they wouldn't let me compete, right? They were afraid I'd tear down the basket. Again.
Big fella, I would give you a 10 for that, Shaquille Cornelius. All right, looking back now at that first half, a bit of a hill to climb for the Sacramento Kings.
Shooting below 35%, unacceptable. Makes the game closer than it needs to be. But also, credit the defense they were facing.
Yeah, staying connected to shooters, trying to contest everything. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Mitch Richmond really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Bull out there with Walker. Then it's Topich. Then it's Richmond. And it's Harrington in at the 3, the small forward. Hey, Greg, they dropped the interim tag for Doug Christie as he's now the permanent head coach of the Kings.
Well, we'll have to see how permanent that is. The 5th head coach in the last 7 years. That seat is always hot in Sacramento.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Here's Topich. Still without a basket. 4 on the shot clock. Pass to Bull for the 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. To the paint. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Tatum.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
To the inside. Here's Bull, and the dunk by Bull.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can thread him with the lead pass. Well done.
Here's Branham. He's covered by Richmond. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, looking at the Eastern Conference this season, as much uncertainty as I can remember with regard to the pecking order. With injuries shifting the balance of power, things very much up in the air. And there's some up-and-coming teams seeming to sense an opportunity to make their move.
Certainly something to watch. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. The Pacers are all about winning. And Coach Rick Carlisle said our young players are having to earn their way. They're not being given anything. It's the only way to do things, in my opinion. If you want to build championship habits, you got to do it on a merit-based, accountability type of basis. Back over to you, Kevin.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And Doug Christie wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Mann's checked in for the Kings. In Indiana with the change here, too. Washburn's checked in. .104 left here in the third quarter. Mann passes to Nash. Sacramento again missing.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Here's Topich. No scoring in this one. Bull against Boucher. For 3 points, Harrington. That shot off the mark. The Kings trail by 7. Mann passes to Nash. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Here's Ilgauskas, and he banks in the layup. Ilgauskas has got his second bucket.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Pass to Bull. And Boucher sends it back. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pacers lead by 5. And we're coming back in just... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. We got Nash. Boucher out there with Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Then it's Tatum, and it's Branham in at the 2 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Bull fires. Not going to go.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Tatum. Cleared away by Bull. Indiana leading by 5. Here's Topic. Lays it in off the window.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
2 minutes remaining. Ilgauskas in the post. Bull covering, and it doesn't go. Indiana's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Oh, great touch off the pass.
I love that dish down low.
And we got a timeout called by Doug Christie. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to listen in on what Doug Christie was going over with this team. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. Now Nash. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3.
If you give him that kind of separation, he's going to take full advantage.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Now Bull.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. So he comes up empty, missing both. The Kings trail by 6. Rejected by Walker, and they get it back. Richmond outside. Ilgauskas against Walker. Now Bull lets it fly from 18. Rebounded by Tatum.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game because this one looks a bit out of reach. Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Now Bull, and stolen by Ilgauskas. Nash right side. Now Boucher. Stolen by Walker. Here's Topic. Defended by Nash.
Jason Tatum. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Pacers, Mitch Richmond.
It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. 23 seconds left in the 4th. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
There's still a sliver of hope.
We've seen teams come back from this before. Smart to take the timeout and get everybody focused on exactly what needs to be done.
Now, here's Nash. Doesn't get that one. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Boucher. First personal foul. Third team. At the line for the Pacers, Walker taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Nash with it. So it's Indiana picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that about
Welcome, everyone, to it. And as we head deeper into January, let's glance over the power rankings and see where we're at. Well, they're struggling to make a move, despite a commendable effort on their part.
Well, right now for the Warriors, they came into this very, very hopeful. Things haven't gone perfectly smooth, but few teams have played better. I like what I'm seeing.
So here's Portland's starting group. We've got Anthony Davis. Chuma Okeke is out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's Hughes in at the 1. Iverson can't hit. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, a major story for the Trailblazers. I'm told a team sale is taking place. Commissioner Adam Silver says the league prefers they stay put in Portland, but a new arena will likely be needed. The Moda Center, one of the league's oldest arenas that have not yet undergone major renovations, and the Blazers have played there since 1995.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans. All right, Shams, thank you for the report. So it's the Warriors now. The Blazers making their last shot. 4 on the clock. Brooks outside. Pulls it from 20. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. 1:50 left in the opening quarter. Here's Hughes. 9 points in his last outing. Davis, a screen. Hughes, no good.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
Brooks. And it's Portland with a rebound. To the left side wing. Pass to Hughes. Davis, a screen. Inside. And finished off by Davis.
Now, how many times have we seen AD run this action? He sets a screen to get open. Davis making it look so easy.
Brooks, the pass to Green. Here's Iverson. It's deflected. Here's Hughes. Brooks defending. To the paint. Abdul Rahim passes to Hughes. And he banks in the layup.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
The Warriors have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Iverson passes to Sabonis. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Anthony Davis. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. No good on the free throw. So Portland ends up going with a new group. He hits the second from the line. Trailblazers lead by 3. Pass to Sims. Shot from the top of the key. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Portland ahead, up 3. And back to the start of the and it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Trailblazers, what do you guys think?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
They've been active, they've been disruptive, but now the question is, can they maintain this level of intensity?
They've got Keon Ellis, and it's Filipowski in at the 5, down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Warriors trail by 3. And last season, the Warriors had their most success playing a small ball lineup grab.
Well, they more than held their own on the backboards in defending the paint. But you knew they'd look to add some size this summer.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA. Every team in the league is looking for a long, athletic wing defender, and the Portland Trailblazers have been especially keen on stockpiling them. As they look to acquire their future franchise players, they want a ready-made roster full of versatile 3-and-D role players just around them. Guys, back to you.
A good strategy. Okay, Allie, good stuff. The dude passes to Davis. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Tip! And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And this is what the schedule looks like for Portland. On Monday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. Then on Friday, they head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And for that game against Miami, it's the 8th time they'll take the court in this fledgling season. They'll be prepared for a tough one there.
Warriors trail by 3. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. You know, it seems like players today have more freedom with their shot selection than ever before, Tim.
Yeah, B.A., there's no question about it. I think you could actually make the argument coaches are particular in a different way. They're looking more for threes, layups, and dunks, not as much from the mid-range. And if you can add that shot, really makes you stand out.
So interesting. I've seen coaches take players out for not shooting open shots.
Oh, I wish I had that coaching when I played.
Okeke, the pass to Daniels. No good that time. Nice D from Ellis. Here's Golden State. In the second quarter, held scoreless. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Portland this season.
And while they were regarded as the better team, they actually lost the season series last year. Of course, matchups play a big part in that.
Chalk run up for the defense. They forced a difficult shot.
Portland moving it around. Pass to Hughes. Back to Daniels. Rebounded by Green. Warriors trail by 3. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Here's Sabonis. Banked it in off the glass.
There's just no reason to give him inside position.
Well, you have to force a scorer away from his favorite place on the floor. In this case, you have to push him out or deny him the ball.
Here's Hughes. Pass to Davis. Shoots over Sabonis. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Portland ahead, up 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead.
For one of my favorite events, Kenny, I think I could beat you right now if we did one.
You'd have everyone ducking their heads, running for cover.
So you're scared. I get it.
Let's get back to our game featuring Portland. That first half was pretty even.
Despite being the visitor, they've been in control. They've got an edge to their game. That can
And that's a wrap on halftime. Thanks for watching as we send you back to BA to call the second half.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Taking a look at the Trailblazers. They've got Chuma Okeke. Anthony Davis is out there with Dyson Daniels, and it's Hughes in at point guard.
Well, you think about the big guys in this league that can do it all. Anthony Davis is one of those names that'll come to mind. When he's healthy, he is one of the best.
The Warriors trailing. Some nice signs of progress for the Blazers last season.
And from that, renewed contracts for head coach Chauncey Billups and the front office. This is a young team that competes and shows a bright future.
For the tie. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now Portland with it. That'll be the second of 2 games on the road. Here's Hughes. Williams defending. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Brooks, the pass to Iverson. Pass to Sabonis. He nails it, and we're tied. Sabonis has got 5 now.
They've really picked up the energy level and have willed themselves back into this game.
And now the big question, can they sustain the momentum?
Okeke, the pass to Hughes. Here's Abdul-Rahim. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. Looking at our leaderboard here, last year, the teams that made an art out of transitioning from defense to offense. The Warriors, second.
And whenever you turn the ball over against them, they pushed it right back at you. Last year, they were just merciless at exploiting teams whenever they made mistakes against them.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. The Warriors have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Brooks, the pass to Iverson. Back to Brooks, and here's Sabonis. Pass to Iverson. And here's Green from the arc. Green able to hit from 3.
Well, you can't ignore someone like that on the perimeter. If he gets a good look, he is going to knock it down.
Davis, the pass to Okeke. That one falls. Coming off Davis' feed. Okeke's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Pass to Sabonis. And here's Green from the arc. Rebounded by Daniels.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Davis misses. The Warriors leading. Here's Brooks. That one goes. Count it.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
24 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Davis. Plenty of space. Nails the wide open jumper. Davis has got his third bucket of the night.
And AD would be an elite big even if he didn't have a jumper. But the consistency of that shot really sets him apart.
Here's Iverson. Pass to Williams. Puts up a 3. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. The Warriors on top, up 1. And we'll have this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. They've got Draymond Green. He's out there with Williams. And it's Iverson in at the point. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here's Daniels to take the lead. Rebounded by Sabonis. Here's Iverson. Williams outside. Brooks the screen from downtown. It's good from beyond the arc.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Davis against Sabonis. Now here's Davis. He's guarded closely. Wow, Anthony Davis throwing his weight around inside.
Over the years, Davis has packed on a lot of muscle, and it served him well right there.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. Coach kept it calm but direct. He said, quote, play smart, play our game. Don't worry about the score. Keep doing what we've been doing, and we'll be okay. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter here. Cash!
Well, Davis is so reliable as a scoring option in that situation.
Here's Iverson. Now Sabonis. All alone. Oh, it's off target.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
Here's Daniels. Moving along. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. And Brooks has got the ball here for Golden State. It's stolen by Daniels. Now Davis. Davis getting it done in the paint.
Wow. That takes steady nerves right there.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Hey, clashes with the larger defender and makes maybe the biggest shot of the game.
Well, he seized the moment right there. He felt like no one could stop him. Turns out he was right.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Here's Daniels. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Davis.
Davis is ready for these moments. He is a guy that embraces the spotlight.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
Here's Iverson.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Hughes. Here's Daniels. Now Davis. Counted.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
So it's the Trailblazers taking the W in a close one. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
They really should take this win to heart. When the pressure was on, they stepped up and worked twice as hard to overcome it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Anthony Davis.
Memphis, Tennessee. So, Doris, talking specifically about coaching.
Here we go.
Is this the point in the season where a staff can try to light a spark under a player?
Yeah, a couple things to decide. That first, how is your team doing versus what you believe your ceiling is? And second, what kind of effort are you getting on a daily basis? We know these coaches. They are not afraid to light a fire when necessary. And sometimes, Kev, it's necessary.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Sally is out there with Eve Misi. And it's Rivers, then there's Kobe, and it's Marley in its small forward. Buzelis with the ball. He's guarded by Marley. Picked him clean. Pass break, here come the Jazz. And he slams it one-handed.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
And that's exactly how you get yourself into transition. The gamble pays off.
Pass to Ivy. Jamison with a screen on Bryant. Bounce pass from Ivy. Shot clock at 6. It's deflected. Puts up a deep 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
They're so close in that one, but that's of no solace to the players. They played their hearts out.
You know what? Sometimes you play a great game and lose. What you hope happens, though, is it toughens them up a bit mentally, and they figure out how to close it out next time.
Here's Rivers. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. Sally kicks to Rivers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. At 3 off the mark.
Boy, normally he makes that. Defense gets lucky there.
And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
And that one, good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now, here's Ivy. Driving the lane. Pass to Shireman. Launches a 3. And again, Memphis no good. Jazz have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws here for the night.
Ben Moore taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Well, we know the Jazz have been up front. Before you can rebuild, Doris, you got to tear down. And that's what they've done.
And, Kevin, that requires extraordinary patience. You have to be willing to trade away veterans who can contribute to winning. And you have to be willing to prolong the process in order to get max returns. But be under no illusions. Losing is hard on everyone.
And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now. And it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Now, here's Ivy to end the cold streak. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. From deep, Bryant. And so it's Utah with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Right back after this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Quincy AC out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Jordan Poole. Then it's James. And it's Beauchamp in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Here's McCray. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Here's McMillan. Still yet to score. Yep, it counts. West has got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Jams. James looking it over. Pass to Beauchamp. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That is so true. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. So Memphis ends up going with the new group for the Jams. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
And you look at Kobe Bryant, his athleticism is off the charts, and it doesn't go unnoticed, as you can see by how high he is in the dunk contest voting.
Yeah, the fans want him. I think the media wants him. Heck, he wants to be in, so I'm glad that he's in a position to take part.
And so that's the breakdown as it currently stands. We'll be keeping you all updated with the latest info and, of course, our final list of contestants as we get closer.
Yeah, and if they don't invite me to be a judge, I'm still going.
Now here's Rivers, following the miss by Antoine Jamison. Outside, Kobe takes a 3. Another miss for him, now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. The Grizzlies trail by 5. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Buzelis' shot is good.
And when it comes to the three-point shooting of Buzelis, we know he has the ability, but we need to see consistency.
Now here's Kobe. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, a terrific defensive effort along with that. 4 blocks in the game. Huge lift defensively for them.
Here's Kobe. Kobe going to work inside.
Boy, no one is blocking that shot. Excellent use of the floater.
Over Marley, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Utah out in front, up by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Please have your attention to center court. And get ready for the final half-court stop. They're thinking about the stop. Let's do it for our contestants.
Hello, everybody. Tipping off halftime, let's start things off with a look at the All-Star voting.
At the top, we see some familiar faces. It's easy to view them as the front runners.
Yeah, things might shift around along the way. Most of these names are going to be here till the end of time.
Let's shift focus back to the Utah Jazz, who find little separation after one half of play.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winners in that department, guys.
I like how efficient you were with that analysis, Chet. Well, thanks for spending halftime.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Dan Marley.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
There's no doubt. And he's affected the game in any number of ways, and he's definitely important to the success of this team.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Rivers. Eve Messi is out there with Sally. Then it's Marley. And it's Bryant in at the 2-guard spot. Now Rivers. Still scoreless. Pass to Messi. Back to Rivers. And Shireman pulls it down.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can.
Outside, Jamison. Tries from 7. Sally with the rebound. Sally's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Rivers. Back to Marley. The 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. Bounce pass from Ivy. The shot by Buzelis, no good. Jazz leading by 4. Rivers with it. The 3 from Marley. Good on the 3-point shot. Marley's got 10 points.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Scotty's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Utah with a change here, too. McMillan, he checked in for Kobe. Stolen by Marley. And they're moving it up. It's sent back by Eating. Here's Buzelis. Guarded by Sally. Pass to Shireman. Here's Buzelis. And again, Memphis no good. Jazz leading by 7. Rivers passes to McMillan. Here's Sally. The Jazz working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McMillan. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pass to Shireman. Now Edey. Guarded by Sally. Let's go. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Utah Jazz heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Buzelis out there with Antawn Jamison. Then it's Zach Edey. Then it's Ivy. And it's Shireman in at the 1. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Edey rips down the rebound.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Stolen by Jamison. And now the fast break. Ivy with the ball.
And Ivy just so difficult to corral. Sometimes you have to foul him and hope he misses.
And that one falls for Ivy. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jay Navi gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
Here's Buzelis. Ivy outside. Jamison with a screen for Ivy. 4 on the clock. It's off target. Jazz leading by 6. Rivers looking over the floor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. He said, "This is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up." He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. Drops in.
Oh, nice bucket. This guy's so mindful about the way he attacks.
And we have a timeout called by Tomas Isolo. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Sally against Jamison.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Second team foul. At the line for Memphis.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though, and he does get the second one. And that narrows the gap to 7.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Jumper is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
It's off.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And here's Rivers. A deep three. Kobe against Ivy. Off target from outside.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
And I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Here's the Jazz with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. So we see the Jazz get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Welcome to Thursday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. Well, we always hear about the rookie wall, Grant, but some players seem to claim it's a myth.
Well, you know, B.A., I think it's real for most first-year players. Adjusting to the length and intensity of an NBA season can be exhausting, but some guys will be able to break through that wall.
Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. P.J. Washington out there with Jalen Williams. Then there's Dillingham. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Garland in at the point guard position.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Detroit shooting their first free throw of the evening.
At the line for the Pistons. Dillingham shooting 1.
And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
Now here's Carter. 6 on the shot clock. Over Dillingham. Carter can't get it to go. And here's Garland. Pass to Drummond. The jump hook. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. Terry, the pass to Carter. Here's Bailey from the arc. The rebound by Garland. And there's 1:45 left to play in the first. They grab their own miss. Count it.
This is the exact energy you like to see from Drummond. He can be a monster on the offensive glass.
Terry, the pass to Bailey. Cleveland working the ball around now. Outside Thibault. Back to Carter. Clinging with a screen. Unloads. Cleveland again missing. The Pistons have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's Dillingham, covered by Thibault. Drummond, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Outside Carter. 43 seconds left in the first quarter here. And it's Thibault missing. The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Washington passes to Garland. Washington, a screen on Carter. Now Williams. The Pistons need to get one up quick. In transition, here comes Cleveland. Here's Terry. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
And that ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes. But also, we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
And so the first quarter is in the books. The Pistons on top, up by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from Detroit, what do you guys think?
Well, it's simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. Hardy is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Moses Brown, and it's Carr in at the 4. Rivers, the pass to Wallace. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rivers. Launches it. Kennard with the rebound. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, this summer, the entire Cavaliers executive front office staff received multi-year contract extensions. Over the last 3 years, Cleveland has had the third best record in the association. Guys, and there's a sense that a culture is being created that is permeating every level of this organization.
You'd love to hear it. Okay, Shams, thanks for the update. Here's Rivers. The Cavaliers again cannot hit. Detroit leading by 7. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Hardy, the pass to Carr. Here's Hardy. The 3. Wallace pulls it in. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Rivers, the pass to McDaniels. And that one fall for him. He's 0 for 2. And so it's Detroit with it. 7-point game, biggest lead so far. Kennard outside. 3-pointer. That shot is off.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Wallace's shot is good.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Detroit leading by 5. Pass to Brown. McDaniels covering. And the jam by Brown.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Here's Rivers. Launches a 3. The shot no good. And so it's Detroit closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. We'll be right back after this word.
Greetings. First off, some updates for you as we take a look at our all-star voting totals.
Well, it's always an honor to be selected, especially if it's your first All-Star game. It's just a sign of respect.
And some newbies trying to make their case. A couple of great candidates out there trying to close strong. And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Pistons.
When you play the right way and you're patient, you usually come out on top.
Yeah, you love a team that will work. Sometimes deep into the clock for their shots. Man, that's great.
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you just got to live with, Stan.
Well, look, B.A., you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
Bailey out there with Klingon. Then it's Matisse Thybulle, and it's Terry in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Kenny Atkinson as we begin the second half. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Back to you, Brian.
On the rise. Allie, thanks very much for the report. The Pistons lead by 4. And Stan, the Pistons' J.B. Bickerstaff, the runner-up last season for Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, instead it went to Kenny Atkinson, who replaced him in Cleveland. But B.A. talking about landing on your feet, Bickerstaff showing again he can turn things around.
Picked by Carter. Here's Thibault. No good from outside. And so Garland will bring it up for Detroit. A minute 29 left in the third quarter. From 11 feet away, the shot by Drummond, no good. Cavaliers trail by 4. Pass to Thibault. It's stolen by Drummond. Garland for 3. And Washington powers it through.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
And so now a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And Cleveland making a change here. Rivers is checked in. And a switch here also for Detroit. Kennard's checked in. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Rivers. Cleveland again missing. Detroit leading by 6. Down low. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The best thieves in the league. The steals leaders over the last month. And you look at Thibault, active hands. He's second in the NBA in steals.
His defensive focus has been superb these last few games, continuously finding ways to strip ball handlers and upset the offense.
Wallace, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Thibault, that's good.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Kennard outside. To the left wing. And we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. 5 on the clock. Pass to Williams. The teardrop. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Outside Thibault. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Detroit on top, leading by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. Jalen Williams out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's Darius Garland. Then there's Dillingham. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot.
I like this. The sheer size and reach of Klingon was a big factor in him finding that block.
Here's Terry, guarded by Garland. Jacks up a 3. Washington with a rebound.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Thibault. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter here. Klingon with a screen. Washington with a rebound. Detroit leading by 7. Here's Dillingham, covered by Thibault, and there's the foul. It'll go on Matisse Thibault. That's foul number 2 for him. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert, to not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Every moment counts here. They have got to get moving.
And they have to play fast, but also smart. Every possession counts.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
The Pistons have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Stolen! There's 49 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Bailey. Carter! Oh, the long ball, no good! And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Hey, he made every one to put a little extra security around this lead.
Cleveland calls timeout. They're losing by 7. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock.
At the line for your Cavaliers, Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker. And he ends up making the second, and that trims the lead to 6. And an intentional foul right there.
Matisse Thybulle, third team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Dillingham.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And no luck at the stripe this time. Second one won't fall. Cleveland calls timeout. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
They need to answer fast.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
And here are the Cavaliers now. They trail by 6. It falls!
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game. Here's Terry. He's guarded by Washington. Ooh, the shot misses. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second, 15 foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
At the line for 3, Terry.
So the first of 3 is good, and that narrows the gap to 7. The second one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And so he's good on all 3 free throws. And that brings him within 5. So it's Detroit picking up the win. Just a gutsy performance on the road. It
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a... So, Tim, for teams off to a really slow start, there's pressure to get it together before it's too late, and there's not enough time to make it up.
Well, it's early, so teams still have time. I think some teams have been affected by injury or just slow starts by individual players. It's not too late, but you can't wait too long either.
So here's Miami's starting group. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Price. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Pierce. And it's Pietrowski in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now White following the three-point attempt by Pierce. A shot by Reddish, no good. Pierce against Kuzma. Alexander-Walker on the wing. Outside, Pierce. Pass to Pietrowski. 5 to shoot. Miami needs to get a shot off. Gafford. And a miss there on the triple. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Kuzma outside. Here's Sarr. Kuzma passes to Sarr. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Heat.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Now, here's Price. Back to Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
And, Greg, we saw some turnover this summer on the Mavs training staff.
Yes, some talk of internal disagreements in that department. The importance of great teamwork in this league, not just limited to the players in the locker room.
That was their 4th straight miss to start this game. Not ideal.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Kyle Kuzma picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
We've seen the Heat struggle in close games in the fourth quarter, Tim. Why is that?
I don't think, Kevin, they've got a lot of natural shot makers in those situations. Just not enough instinctive scorers. A lot of players feel the pressure of those big shots down the stretch.
I always felt that you wanted the ball in those big moments.
Well, a shooter never says no to the basketball in any situation.
Price hits them both. You know, so much turmoil for the Mavericks last season, GA. Despite that, they were a win away from making the playoffs.
Yeah, they battled valiantly. But to go from the 2024 NBA Finals to the lottery, obviously disappointing. They're looking to make amends this season.
Now, here's Reddish. There's the 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Back to Pierce. That's in, coming off an assist from Price.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Dallas, no good that time either. And so it's Pierce with it. He brings it up for the Heat. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Here's Alexander Walker. Fires the 3. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Right the pass to Sarr. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
One big thing you love about Alex Sarr, he's got that 7'4" wingspan, and as he gets older, he'll fill out that frame, plus add to his game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Sarr. That one misses. Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against the Golden State Warriors. Gafford sets the pick for Price. And Gafford throws it down.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
Now here's White. 17 points in his last outing. For 3. Traps in the tray.
A volume three-point shooter. You have to expect White to connect on those looks from the outside.
Price kicks to Gafford. Pierce feeling it out of it. Pass to Pietrowski. And it's denied. Reddish finds White. Back to Reddish. And here's White. Now Reddish. Fires for 3. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Outside Pierce. Puts up a 3. De Silva with the rebound.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
A wide open look here for Kuzma. Another 3 for Dallas.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Miami trailing. And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Connect, he's checked in for Dallas. Carlton Carrington comes in for Reddish.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Gafford. Now Laravia. For 3, Pierce. Kuzma pulls it in.
Well, it's not only been a rough quarter for him, but he's actually had a negative impact on his team's overall performance.
He'd have gotten just 3 of the first 9 shots to go down in this game. Gafford finds Pierce. Here's Shed to stop the run. And rebounded by Connect. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer. Kuzma's got 6.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Laravia with it. He's guarded by Connect. Laravia passes to Pierce. Clock at 6. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Pierce has got his second bucket tonight.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
29 seconds left to play here in the first. Kuzma passes to Sarr. Sinks that one from the post. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
White against Pierce. Over White. And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
They've got Mitchell. He's out there with Carlton Carrington. And it's Connect in at the 3. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. LaRavia with it. He's guarded by Connect. From outside, off the mark. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Now here's Williams. Smith outside. Here's Shed. From deep, out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
You take a look at Alexander Walker, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And as the votes keep pouring in, we'll keep you updated on any changes to that list. It looks like we're going to have quite a group.
Now, you talk about the ultimate marksman's list here, Kevin. Maybe this will be the year somebody gets that perfect score.
With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These squads have been lights out this month. In fourth, the Heat.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Reddish. Smith against Kuzma. Back to Reddish. Rebound by Alexander Walker. The Heat trail by 3. Now here's Pierce. And here's Smith. Shot clock at 5. Here's Muhammad. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Mavericks leading by 3. Pass to Carrington. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Reddish. Here's Carrington. Guarded by Price. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Muhammad. Back to Price. And they pick up 2.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Carrington bounce pass. the miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Steps back. Alexander Walker passes to Pierce. Here's Kuzma. That shot off. Smith with some nice D. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Price passes to Smith. Pass to Muhammad. From 18 feet away, the Mavericks pull it in. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Carrington, guarded by Price. Out to Kuzma. And here's Reddish. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Tonight has just not been his night. It's that simple. Luckily, they have found success elsewhere.
Price, right side. Back to Alexander Walker. Here's down low. Guarded by Kuzma. They grab their own miss. Here's Muhammad. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. Price has got 4 assists now tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And it seemed inevitable that they were going to lose that game with how they struggled, but in the end, they had an opportunity to win it.
Yeah, when you lose a close game, no matter what your performance looked like, it always feels like it's a game you could have won.
Sars checked in for the Mavericks. White comes in for Carlton Carrington. Trying to get something going. And White, the bucket on the assist by Kuzma. White's got 6.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That three-point shot is his bread and butter.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. The Miami Heat's head coach Eric Spoelstra talked about their approach, and he said, you got to try to take control of the game, set the tone, and play consistently throughout. Everybody's trying to do the same thing. It's who can impose their will longer than the other team. Back to you.
He knows his stuff. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And the wide-open shot from Reddish. The three-pointer, no good.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Here's Gafford. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Reddish. Kuzma with the screen for Reddish. Here's Saw, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Saw.
Yeah, he was surprised by that. I don't think he knew the pass was for him.
He'd have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Price against White. Here's Pietrowski. It's blocked.
Great timing on the rejection there. This young kid, Sar, has major defensive potential.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Clock at 4. Here's for 3.
Oof, ugly second quarter for him, and now I think he's starting to really force the issue.
15 seconds left in the first half. Now, here's Reddish. Shoots over Alexander Walker. Off target with his 3. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. We're back after this from American Airlines Center.
Greetings all, halftime is upon us and an entertaining game with the Dallas Mavericks battling away.
In a game this close, you want to attack the paint. Get yourself some easy looks. Get to the line, man. Get to the line.
Yeah, they become addicted to the jump shooting. We have seen teams win that way, but inconsistently.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
Well, right now for the Heat, I love a new season, new faces, new places. Get to watch the rookies develop. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's great to be back for us and for the players and for the fans. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, defensively, you'd like to force the ball out of his hands and make someone else beat you.
Hello out there, and get ready. And there's some debate around how important it is to gain momentum early in the season, Richard.
Well, in a competitive conference, it could be the difference between making and missing the playoffs or having home court and not. That first third of the season is so important.
All right, let's check out San Antonio's starting lineup. Barnes is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Walter. Then it's Lonzo Ball. And it's Doherty in at the 5, roaming the paint. The shot by Misi, no good. And Ball will bring it up here for the San Antonio Spurs. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Phoenix.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
Yeah, losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft here.
Now here's Ball. Markkanen outside. Jacks up a 3. Kept alive. Doherty. And he buries his first look.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Picked by Misi. To the middle. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter here. Clock at 6. To the inside. Here's Rivers. The Jazz again can't hit.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Barnes a screen. It's Barnes on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Back to Bryant. Puts it up from 15. Barnes with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Ball gets it to go.
This is why Ball takes a good amount of threes, because he's very accurate and confident from there.
Here's Rivers. There's 21 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2. Ball looks over the floor. For 3. That shot, no good. And that does it for the first quarter. San Antonio on top, up by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Rui Hachimura is out there with Davis. Then there's Harper, and it's Dreiling in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Jazz trail by 5. And he lobs it up.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Here's Harper. Left side, Davis. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Got it in deep, and that's how you do it.
Here in the second quarter, a little over a minute of play. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Tonight, their first look at this San Antonio squad this year.
These teams split the season series last year, neither making an impact in the conference overall.
So San Antonio going with almost an entire new group here. And with balloting underway, a chance to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting.
Well, it's so interesting to see where the players stack up right now.
Well, you look at Ball. He's been raking in the votes, landing him at number 3 in the Western Conference.
A lot of hard work this season earned him that spot, and the fans who voted for him will be thrilled to see him be a starter.
It's shaping up to be a terrific All-Star weekend. More news to come as we receive it. Sally, good. And we've seen numerous near contenders go all in on trades. But it doesn't always work out that way.
No, especially lately. I can think of 3 or 4 different deals. They didn't pan out quite the way the teams had hoped.
Davis can't hit. Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Marley. This one for 3. The rebound by Markkanen. For San Antonio, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Now Ball. Here's Walter from outside the arc. Yes, sir, and it's Ball with the assist that time. Walters has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Bryant outside. 44 seconds left in the first half. 6 to shoot. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Here's the 3. And it's McMillan missing. San Antonio leading by 6. Davis, the pass to Ball. 19 seconds left in the first half of this one. Davis with it. Beyond the arc. Misi grabs the board. Here's McMillan. And so the San Antonio Spurs leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't let. And next up, here's a. That does it for half.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. They've got Kobe Bryant. And it's Rivers in at the point guard position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Pass to Markkanen. San Antonio moving the ball around. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And the 2K leaderboard showing us the assist leaders over the last month.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process. Seeing the work pay off. Building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Ball outside. Takes a 3. Rebound, Utah. 1:58 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. San Antonio leading by 6. Barnes passes to Markkanen. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It goes on Yves Misi. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Jazz trail by 9. And he lobs it up to the rim. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Now here's Ball. Markkanen outside. Fires the three. The three-pointer is true from Markkanen.
Amongst the best decision makers in the league, Lonzo with the right decision there.
Bryant outside. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Out left to the wing. Clock at 6. Here's Sally. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Spurs lead by 10. Ball with it. Nisi picks him up. Pass to Doherty. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And the Spurs lead by 12.
Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Now here's Bryant. Still no points. Pass to Marley. The three is up. The shot that time not on target. And so it's San Antonio going into the break up 12. They're getting quality looks, and that's why they're shooting at such a high clip. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. On the court for San Antonio, Walter out there with Lonzo Ball. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Barnes. And it's Doherty in at the center. Here's Marley. It's tipped. And they're running. Ball. Yes, sir! That one goes!
Throughout the second half, they've achieved excellent efficiency on the offensive end.
Bryant outside.
Spurs foul. Brad Johnson. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Bryant inside. Oh, no good on the layup. And Ball will bring it up here for the Spurs. 14 points, their largest margin of the game.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Oh, it doesn't go.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
Here's Rivers. Here's Bryant inside. Oh, no good on the layup. Spurs lead by 14. Here's Ball. There's a minute 26 left in the final quarter. And they tell players, your career is short. Maximize your earnings. But sometimes guys take less credit.
And, you know, different things go into that. Winning, comfort, and in some cases, you're talking legacy, you know, for those rare players who've been with one team their whole career.
Now here's Barnes. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You've got to focus on the details.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. Bryant outside. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Now Messi. And there's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Bryant on the drive. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Spurs.
It was stop and go for them along the way, but they finally seized full control of this game.
BA, the scoreboard definitely doesn't tell the whole story. They were able to pull things together when things got tough, and of course, they closed strong.
And they'll chalk this up as their 3rd win of the year. And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for Lonzo Ball.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.